Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Kanon, I believe that's how it's pronounced, playing, he's got the gun buoys on it, so he's playing roamer, he's playing an open, on Gully Wash, see how he does. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to enable the view models, I always forget that. Whoops. I don't know, a quick note here. There's a fast rollout you can do, which involves skipping into lower lobby, which I kind of skipped that part when I played roamer very briefly this season. But jumping from the shutter door and then skipping underneath this open kind of shutter lets you land. If you do the rest of the roller properly, it lets you land at lower, close to a drop down or just near that window lower, and you can spam rockets and hit the soldiers really hard as they're getting into mid. And I think that's probably the most consistent and useful thing you can do as roamer on this map, because you're always going to be hitting people there because they're not going to go choke. That's just crazy. And it naturally slows you down because you're using all your rockets, and you can get a second buff, and you're going to have a really good jump in because they're already weak and you're delaying a little bit. So rather than kind of going balls aggressive and maybe getting randomly shit on by a scout, I think that's probably the best play. Just doing a lot of damage. It happened to me in season 15 when we played Street Hoops. I think Ash did it a lot, and it really shit on us every mid. We lost. It was like terrible. It's like really nuts how good it is. So anyway, that's just a minor note. So it's good that you're dodging that damage. I don't think jumping down here is appropriate. You're not really doing anything. Like it just lost your buff. I mean, you happen to find a good pick down there, but I don't feel like the information your team could have given you was likely to prompt that jump, but maybe it was, so it could have been good. And this jump in isn't very necessary. Their med and demo died really early, and those are kind of priority picks, so I don't really see why you would kind of go in for more. Like, you could play aggressive for sure, and just kind of play around, but I've never put myself in a position to die there unless I absolutely knew 100% that I could get a trade at worst. I think going in lower might have been a bit better. This is actually a really good spot though. I don't think jumping in here is appropriate, because you're at best just gonna take the same damage that other people are. Like, you know, if people were shooting at the point, you'd still be taking damage. Like, if people are already shooting there, jumping in there is just gonna make you take damage. So jumping on top of the rim would probably have been a lot stronger, or just spamming from balcony until you got an opening. The demo's ground this time, so I think it'd be more appropriate to go top right and then do a bomb into them right now. But that damage you did there was pretty good. And it seems like you like doing that like cheeky little put out damage at the beginning, so that roll that I mentioned before is probably something you should be looking to do. It's essentially the same thing, but it's always gonna hit. Like, it has a 0% chance of missing, so it's really nice. Unless they delay, but that's good enough. I feel like you probably shouldn't have done that. Like, it was an important play to make, but... And I wouldn't assume there are other stickies there if he's got one on the floor. But even if he random deaths, like, you're just gonna get fucked and your jump is gonna do nothing. So definitely, like, shoot that sticky or back up and try some other kind of play. Like, you just easily jumped up top and then, like, double jumped through river and got behind them, and that could have been pretty effective too. I think you should be getting a buff right now. There's no point, and you can't watch this. You should be watching lower. Like actually watching it though, I wouldn't suggest hiding up there. If you're in charge of watching so many doors, you definitely need to be playing in a position where you're safe and you can see everything, so hiding there isn't exactly... And I wouldn't have gone outside here. I'm not really sure what this is about. I'm not even sure why our team as a whole is this far back. I think it's pretty ridiculous. So it's good that moving back up. But here, this position is terrible because you don't really get an advantage, and people that peek with the regular rocket launcher have this huge advantage of firing like from behind the wall because they fire from the right. So you're gonna get crushed there against the pocket, or like a roamer even pushing there with the stock rocket launcher. That was a good direct. You probably didn't want to bomb that high in the first place, so it's a bit fortunate that you hit the lamp. But yeah, yeah, I would never hold on those stairs there, because you put yourself open to a push from under, which, especially unbuffed, like I would not expect it to be very difficult for a scout to two-shot you in that position, and at least myself, and I know a couple other scouts like to push down there. So you need to meet that guy that went up drop down. You saw him go up drop down, so there's no reason not to just kill him. That's the problem with going up drop down early, is good players will just meet you, so you should look to kind of just meet that guy there and just spam him as he comes in. But yeah, don't hold in lobby like that anymore. You don't actually see anything, and hiding isn't really going to do anything. Like, good people will check hiding spots anyway, and I wouldn't expect that to really bring anything to fruition anyway. Like, it's really difficult to do damage from there. So peeking lower here is a good idea. I think that maybe you should have gone for a direct there, because I don't think you could have done anything with a splash rocket. But, you know, that's just a really tiny ass minor thing. If you had a buff, I would say 100% just go bomb in there and have your scouts come with you. You probably force and get a couple kills. Since you don't, you need to be abusing this pill bottle. Like, there's no reason for you to be 152 right now. And you should have just gotten arrowed by your medic. He really wasn't taxed for healing at all there. So you could have been outside a bit longer. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like eat all the health packs in this last. I think it's really nice. Especially this one on main, because it's likely to be taken by people pushing in anyway. So if you can deny that before they get in, it's really nice. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think that push of theirs was so bad that I probably wouldn't even expected that myself, but it's not a bad idea if they're failing on one side of the map to just be concerned solely with the other side of the map as roamer. So right now your jump's kinda shit. This isn't a bad idea, but I think you might be baiting your team a bit too hard. And here you shouldn't waste your rockets on that dude. Like, if he doesn't know you're there, he's not going to figure out you're there like 1 second sooner. And if he does, there's nothing you can do if you just walk up to him. So I think the more appropriate thing to do there was just ensure that you got like a good first rocket. Because you could have killed the rest of them a bit sooner. Excuse me. You could have killed the rest of them a bit sooner if you had one more rocket loaded. So right now, there's no reason to not pick up that ball there. Like, health packs aren't for weak people, they're for the closest damaged person. It's the best way to manage heals, you know, just gonna get up sooner. Sometimes it's better to top off people, and in that situation, no one's gonna need it more than you, so... Here, when you go to get stuff, like, if their pocket was maybe a bit more aggressive, he could have been peeking this as you were going for that pill bottle, and you definitely would have died. So you want to make sure when you're going to positions on the map that you're looking at the place where you can get aggressed on. That was a good bomb. I think, however, your team had already kind of caught them and like gotten them in a position where they probably would have died, so maybe jumping the rock would have been a better play because you probably would have lived. It sucks you got backcapped, but not a big deal. I would be heading big door right now. Your scout can delay him enough on point. I don't know why he was still capping, but I expect him... Like, the only way he can leave is through choke, drop down, or big door. So if you both, like, split, and you're both careful about going through doors, he can't really surprise you, and you'll just get information on him, because he shouldn't have been on the point still. This is an okay flank, but... Again, like, I don't know if I was playing Roamer wrong, but I sure did a lot of fucking damage and got a lot of kills and didn't die much, so I don't know if that could really be considered wrong, but I think it's more important to just be around to support your teammates as Roamer. So I wouldn't go for these huge flanky plays, especially when you're already winning. Okay, after you hit that, I probably repeat that, but you're a little weak right now, so I would be hesitant about staying here. You definitely need to be watching that door. This door is of most concern to you. They come out of the main shower door, you're alright. Excuse me. I'm a little tired. Yeah, you're not really threatened by them coming through the main shower door. And this is unrealistic. Like, you saw your scout fighting lower, so I don't know why you wouldn't help him there. Like, I don't know. Like, you just want to be around, and like, as Roamer, I feel like you just want to be everywhere and putting in damage in fights, like every fight, and then you're doing a whole lot for your team rather than these like super plays behind. Not a huge fan of them.
Time has been added.
Like, I don't know, as any class, I'm more about like honest aggression or readable aggression, and just like knowing situations where even though they know pretty much what I'm going to do, or I expect them to know what I'm going to do, as long as my team's with me, we're probably going to win. That sucked. There's not much you can do about that.
Alert. Our control point is...
You could have gone for a flank there. That would have been a good time. Since your Mac just died, there wasn't really much to do there unless you all bombed in at the same time, but looks like they had it set up pretty good. I wouldn't be going pyro against a sniper. You want to be like bombing in and getting behind and getting that sniper when they push in. And like, it's a lot easier for you to do that than a scout certain positions, so if he happens to be like top right, you can just go in and get him without like with minimal risk. So pyro's mistake here, I think. Maybe engineer would have been a bit like if you wanted to off class, but I think Roamer definitely was the right choice there. Because people usually go sniper to break off classes, and you know, he's already sniper, so you don't want to just off class into him having an advantage. So you see this bomb, I think it is appropriate to try to go for him. You have information on both their soldiers. I'd be looking to get them right now. Because their mag's on the ground and they're separated. So yeah, you didn't really do a whole lot this mid. You're doing a bunch of flub rocket jumps. And there's a situation where you're going for something that you can't get. Like, as Roamer, you gotta know when to shoot the medic, and if you're not gonna kill him, then why would you shoot at him, you know? Like, if you can't guarantee the damage, like, it would just be safer to shoot the scout there. And most of the time, it works out because you'll get the scout and then you'll get a bunch of other people. Like, I would almost say that I would only shoot the medic when it's like I'm gonna 2-rocket him, for sure. Or like I'm trying to force, obviously. But like that was still like I could still consider that a fight where we had a chance of just straight up winning. So I wouldn't have gone straight for the Mac there. I think this scout would have been easy direct. So this Max guy, he's pretty good sniper and he's always going to be a sniper. So it's your job to kind of fuck with him. I'm pretty sure he's in river. So I think jumping there, like, see, like, you helped there a little bit, but really, getting rid of that free kill, like, he's a free kill if you find him, pretty much. Nothing, like, maybe 1 out of 10 times he hits some crazy headshot, but he's a free fucking kill. So you find that guy before the Uber ends, they're probably gonna get back by the time it ends, and you're really able to damage anything anyway. So that's the way I see it. Like, as a roamer, I would look for that sniper, or at least try to find a scout that's not with the Uber or something, just to beat up on. Roamer is really not about getting the mag, in my opinion. It's more about how much, like, hell you put the other scouts through. Like, you just gotta be persistent and just consistently just shitting on their scouts. It makes it a whole lot easier for your scouts. So you see that guy, you should get up top because you can totally deny any push from big door just by raining rocket down. So you're gonna come out here and there's gonna be dudes here and it's gonna be sad times. Yeah, like you're getting over here, but really what has this done? I think just going up top for the health pack and you'd be probably 160 since you're 100 in lobby. You'd have been there a lot sooner. You've been able to drop down on anything pushing from big door. And you would have had a good kind of position to jump into them once the Uber ended, so it's a bit better. That's good. I don't know if the jump was super appropriate. Well, I don't know. Didn't hurt. I think you should have jumped lower though. Get there a bit faster and in a better position to do more damage based on his options. So, I'm a bit ballsy. I wouldn't go for an arrow at 16. I would have just taken the back. I think that position's really strong if no one sees you get going there, because you can just kind of peek the corner. So I would do that in general.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
So this is okay. I kind of appreciate the one in Banana more. There's a little overhang you can get onto, and you can hide there. I think it's a bit stronger than this, because this is kind of known nowadays. And you're kind of double, like you have a trap there as well, your team, so it's kind of like double covering an option. That seems like it's a mistake. But yeah, there's a little ledge you can hang out in Banana, and it's not viewable from a big door, drop down, or choke. That's a good place to hide.
Time has been added.
Right now, I would be getting a buff, or I would get up top, because being right here is just, it's really vulnerable if you get peeked. Yeah, so like this is what you need to be doing against this guy. Like, honestly, he's just gonna be free frags for you. Get up top right now, because people are gonna spawn behind you. Oh, it's just the medic. You want to be looking to get this medic. If he just walks out, you're gonna be sad. And he just walked out on you. So yeah, you definitely could have killed the medic there. That would have been round 2, but like, I don't know. I guess you just made an honest mistake. But yeah, you should be more conscious about respawn times. Yeah, it would have been nice to get 300 there. Doesn't really matter though. So you see the sniper, he's on the right because his dot's on the left side of that wall. Yeah, you definitely could have just straight up killed him because he's still in here for some reason. So yeah, this is how you play this guy, dude. Like, he's just always gonna be sniper, so you farm him. You just go and farm him all the time. It's not gonna happen that much, but this is how you deal with an all sniper idiot. You're just gonna farm him, dude. So, if you do that rollout I told you about, where you kind of skip through the open kind of star door, a big door, you're gonna be hitting him as he kind of comes into his big door. That's gonna hurt his mid a lot, and you're also gonna hit a bunch of soldiers and medic. So that's gonna be particularly effective against an all sniper team if they run sniper to mid. And in general, like, I would say jumping into a door that their combo isn't pushing is almost always gonna net you that kill on the sniper. Like, he has to be a fucking magic man to kill you there. Like, it's gotta be nuts, dude. Because you're just gonna show up full health and, like, boop on him for the most part. He's really good, but, like, he has to hit some crazy ass shit to deal with. Like on this map especially, it's so strong for just surprising people. Alright, that's good. Would have been great if you killed him, so calm down there. Like, if you direct him and you saw that he had no overheal, so you knew he was like nothing. So you just make sure you hit him there. Like, no matter what he does to you, he'll never kill you in that situation. When he's like 13 because you saw he had no overheal, he's never gonna kill you there. So just make sure you kill him, and that's mid. I mean, you got it anyway, and it was largely due to that play. Which I probably would stop doing. Like, maybe jump the other side, because he must have been very unobservant, because you've been doing that the entire game, like 6 rounds. But anyway. Yeah. Just make sure you hit those shots that are easy, basically. That was nice. That was really good. I think that maybe that rocket, the direct suffice was sufficient, and you maybe should switch targets. Like, in that situation, the only way you can lose is if the combat classes go hero mode and kill a bunch of people. Like, the medic could never have done anything. So maybe try for directs on the combat classes to just hurt their potential to kind of carry. And they'd probably splash the medic anyway. But nonetheless, good rocket. This is a good play. That was not necessary. So you want to be getting the sniper here, because he's free. And then you're already, like, if you jump into big door, you can get the sniper, and you're already behind them. So there's no way they can leave. Like, they can't leave, right? Demomatic. They can't just leave through you. Your team collapses on them and you kill them. Or they go up banana and they die because it's so slow. Like, there's no reason not to kill him there. I feel like that was a really bad jump. It's gonna slow you down a bit. You should be getting arrowed here. That's funny. But yeah. Jump up top right now, they don't need you. And you're just gonna take heals and take damage right now, it's unnecessary. You basically want to be meeting up with a mech at the like right before you go in, basically. You went in a little too quick there for my taste as a team. Like, I would have waited an extra couple seconds. So going up top, going river to push from there if you wanted to, or just going into lobby to get a buff then would probably be a bit better, because they could have spammed you out a bit harder. Especially since Gully lobby is really easy to forward hold. Anyway, yeah, you did pretty good there. I would not do the same thing on mid every time. Especially, like, going underneath. I think it's pretty weak. especially since they had a lack of scout presence. So top right was also often open, so you could do like a big bomb from there, or just the big bomb from like above elbow. But I would suggest a rollout I kind of mentioned. I don't know if there's a video about it somewhere, but there probably is. And you just land on the ground and do consistent damage or consistent delay to anyone that's slow coming bay door, like not scout or demo. Like you slow everyone else down. So especially when they have the sniper, that's really crucial. And playing against an all sniper team, you just want to be trying to farm him at all points. So farm that guy. Anyway, that's it for this one. Bye bye.